A case to end all cases. Dramatic, maybe so. But that was the feeling in my gut. And you don't get anywhere in this business without trusting your instinct. It had been a long time coming, a case this big. It was the case I'd been praying for since I got dragged into this rat race. But just like anything you wish for that hard, it turns up where you least want it, and when you least expect it. Rex Green?
Mr. Green.
Last time I checked.
This is no time for joking, Green. Your country needs you. The future of Hertfordshire is in the balance. I suggest you drink that milk and start paying attention. Time is not on our side.
He didn't give his name, or waste time with pleasantries. I could tell from his tone that he was a man at the top, and by the sound of things, he was standing pretty close to the edge. He gave me a location. 15 minutes in rush hour. Nothing like a deadline to get you moving.
Three, two, one. Impressive.
Thanks, but I guess you didn't get me here for my timekeeping skills.
Quite. I hear you have an eye for the unseen and a nose for crime.
I use my instinct. Gets me into trouble sometimes, but tends to get results.
I'll cut to the chase, Green. I'm the Colonel, and I head up a secret task force called
Rawr.
No. We work secretly with WasteAware, preserving the planet by promoting, reducing, reusing, recycle, and recovery. I have a job for you, Green. A job that, simply put, must be done.
I'm listening.
It all started 6 weeks ago. We were called to a Hertfordshire farm where the farmer was making what we thought were hysterical claims. But when we arrived at the farm, we were dumbfounded. You see, the plants that we encountered were mutant garbage plants. Made entirely of rubbish. Maybe these pictures will illustrate more clearly.
I've never seen anything like this. How could this ever be allowed to happen?
We wouldn't allow it to happen. At first, we thought it was an organized team of pranksters. But then it happened time and time again. We couldn't get a handle on it. We don't understand it. This one has us baffled.
What about the deadline, the urgency?
In just over a day's time, the biggest event in the Hertfordshire farming calendar occurs. The East of England Show. We've won first prize at this competition every year since it started. To lose our crown now would be unthinkable. If any of these crops were to make it into the show, it would spell the end for us all. Something tells me this is sabotage of the gravest kind. Our biggest rivals are the counties in the east. The question is who, though?
I guess this is the point that you hoped I'd say I could fix this.
No, this is the point where I hope you'll say you'll try.
Have I got anything to go on?
Just a sniff. They call themselves the Trash Street Kids. That'll be a good place to start. There's a lot riding on this, Green. I don't expect you to crack this one.
I'll try, Colonel. I'll try. I took the Colonel's tip-off and headed to an underground hole, the down-and-out bar. I'd been to this place before, and I knew a guy who knew a guy who knew some pretty dirty guys and gals.
Rex, my man, how are you?
Save it, Ronnie. You don't want to know, and I haven't got the time to tell you. Tell me something.
What?
The Trash Street Kids, you ever heard of them?
Heard of them? They just played a set here tonight.
Set? What do you mean?
Oh, crowd loved them. Annie Inspiration, the lead singer. She is an inspiration too. What a peach.
So they're a band?
Well, of course they're a band. Look, hurry up and head out there. You might just catch them.
Thanks. The dressing room door was ajar, and that's when I caught sight of her. Annie Inspiration. I heard you knocked him dead tonight.
Thank you very much, you're too kind. I'll be out in a moment for autographs.
Rex Green, private investigator. I was hired by a friend of yours. The Colonel?
I'm listening, Mr. Green.
Call me Rex. I understand you worked together.
The Colonel's an amazing man, and thought I'll do some fantastic things, but I had an opportunity elsewhere. Please, if you'll excuse me.
I don't mean to be rude, but I'm on kind of a schedule here. The Trash Street Kids. I'm curious. Who or what are they?
The Trash Street Kids used to be a secret society of like-minded people. Every so often we would gather and tackle environmental issues that were becoming a problem. Mainly we would gather on a bin night and search through people's bins. The amount of people that were contaminating their organic waste was becoming a huge problem, and we wanted to help. It was only little mistakes that people were making, but when you add them all together, it was becoming extremely costly. We'd find things like plastic bags. The salad inside these bags was totally compostable, but the plastic just isn't. There was bigger things like tins and cat litter, dog mess and nappies. You see, these little mistakes were costing them dearly. The composting plants were having to spend more and more time going through the compost, and the costs just kept rising. The problem was too big. They were having to send lorry loads away to landfill. We tried to help, but we just couldn't reach every home. The Trash Street Kids folded, and now we try to reach people through our music.
Sounds like you guys are really passionate about waste. Maybe you'll appreciate what I'm about to show you. Do you ever see anything like that at 4 off?
Where did the Colonel get these photos?
Why do you ask?
I may be a singer by night, but by day I'm a journalist working on big environmental cases, and this tops the lot. This isn't public knowledge, is it?
Not at the moment, but if I don't work fast, it very soon could be. The Colonel thinks this is some local county, trying to sabotage the East of England show.
Only it was that simple, Rex. This goes way deeper.
Sounds like we got company.
Go to this address. You might find some answers there. My office is on the 5th floor. File name, recycle and reduce. Password, reuse. Good luck.
The Hertfordshire voice. I spun round to follow my first lead. Mistake. All I saw was stars. I woke up a few hours later. I was dizzy and groggy and desperate for a shot of milk. I reached my hand into my pocket and discovered the napkin note with the ruby red letters. I dusted myself down and made my way to the voice. No time like the present. She'd been as good as her word. I opened the file and there it was. A headline story on farmland that was producing some strange crops. Almost ready to go to print. Except one thing. No pictures. Surely they were the headline grabber. By the looks of things, she had planned to go to press with this on the opening day of the show. Damn! Company. I didn't have long. I quickly got reading. Annie had a real way with words, and it made for a good read. But that was all it was. Just a story, but not enough for me. My heart sank. I really thought Annie was the key. No names, no leads, no tip-offs. Nothing's ever that easy in this game. Hold on. What have we here? Annie's research for the article. Finally, something. A lead. Jonas Farm. I recognize the address. It was local. Time to pay Jonas a visit.
Mister! I don't think you mean to be out here so early in the morning.
Afraid I do. I'm here on very serious business. I'm hoping you could help me. I was sent here by a friend of yours. Any inspiration? I mean, Barnes.
Friend? That girl is no longer welcome here.
I guess you've read the article she's about to publish in The Voice. Well, you can't blame a journalist for digging. That's what they do.
Maybe so, but I can blame a daughter for using her own family to get a good story. Breaks my heart. I was trying to keep this a secret.
Annie's your daughter.
She is. And I'm interested to know what you're doing here, scratching at fresh wounds.
Oh, I'm Rex Green, private investigator. I'm here to help. I hope. See,
I explained the story to Jonas and told him how Annie had indirectly led me his way. Jonas seemed to know exactly why, and he led me out the back to a secluded field behind the embankment of trees. This must be the site. This must be where the mutant plants were growing.
See this land? This is the biggest field I own. When we started this farm, it was rich and fertile and produced a fantastic crop year after year. Award-winning too. I used to clean up at the East of England show every year. Now look at her.
what? You saying these plants ain't healthy?
Take a closer look. They're rubbish, waste.
Rubbish? Waste? Well, this must be it. Like the photos the Colonel gave me. On the end of this plant, I bet there's something bizarre like a
Carrot.
Carrot? You call that a carrot? It's not